A dense, white fog buried the street, an ocean of thick mist that made it practically impossible to see what you were doing, or in this case, who you were chasing. For elementalist Jack Williams, it was a duel of skill. The lithe figure ahead of him in the mist was doing everything within her power to lose him. The fog was an advantage for her, as she was a type of water elementalist. Jack had an advantage of his own, though: versatility. Unlike any other elementalist, Jack could call on the powers of more than one element. He was highly skilled with air and fire, and learning to draw on earth as well. Who would prove stronger, at least under current circumstances? At the moment, it was looking like she would get away. The cold, heavy air burned Jack's lungs as he ran, trying to catch up with the amazingly agile woman sprinting down the foggy street. She didn't know Jack had not yet shown her the full extent of his abilities. If he wanted to, he could simply call on the power of air to fly over her head and land in front of her. For now, he contented himself with keeping her in sight. At some point, he would have to call on his advanced powers to end this chase. There, up ahead of them, a tall chain-link fence. She might be able to flow through it, but the transformation would delay her. Then? No. She lunged at the fence, and her long, feminine form stretched like she was about to dive through it. Jack winced, expecting her belated attempt at transformation to end painfully, but her body rippled and shimmered before she hit, and she seemed to plunge through the chain links as if they weren't even there. The woman's body twisted into a roll on the other side of the fence. The motion was so relaxed, so boneless, that she looked like a rolling wave for several feet before the shape sprang up and became a tall, lithe woman in a full run. From beginning to end of this double transformation, she never slowed down. Jack had seen some crazy things over the last several months. Ever since he escaped with his friends from the underground base where the SPP and the FPM had tried to imprison him, he'd been traveling the country looking for other elementalists who hadn't been claimed or killed by either agency. SPP was short for Special Paranormal Projects, a top-secret government initiative related to paranormal research. The SPP looked into everything from psychic abilities to telekinesis to elemental powers like those Jack possessed. Although the initiative explored the mysteries of the supernatural, they still had areas of research they considered too sensitive or dangerous for public consumption. When this occurred, the SPP called in its sister agency, Forbidden Paranormal Materials. The FPM was essentially a goon squad assigned to deal with anyone experimenting with these taboo skills. Sometimes this meant capturing and recruiting them. Sometimes it meant killing them. The FPM had already tried to kill Jack more than once. He was convinced they were also responsible for his parents' deaths.